Shalom, this is Yehudit Goldfarb from my home in Sfat. I would like to share with you the movements of the Otiyot Hayyot that I do for counting the Omer. For this particular day, I am now in day 10. Many of you in the United States are not there yet. Your time is a little different, but I'm sending it out a little early today, or at least making the tape early. So it's already the 10th day here, and that's Tiferet Sheba Gevura. So I want to show you the movements in the Otiyot Hayyot that I do for the Nikudot that correspond to the Sefirot for the day, the combination. So the week is the week of Gevura, and I'll review what that movement is. I start with my feet together, and then I step to the side and make my feet parallel to each other. I stand with my knees slightly bent, hanging from a string from above, and get myself centered, my hands facing slightly back toward the back, the palms toward the back, relaxed, hanging from a string, and letting Hashem breathe me, just as my base, okay? And then to do the movement, I turn my palms forward for Gevura, do a slight dip as I bring my hands up, and right hand high, left hand beneath for Gevura, and make the sound of for Shva Na. And then I separate my hands, palms facing down as I go down. This is Gevura, setting boundaries, setting limits, priorities. Strength and power from knowing appropriate boundaries and knowing clear priorities. Gevura. Let's do one more. So that's the grounding for the whole week. And I'm wearing the colors actually of, my skirt is dark blue, which is for Gevura, and I've changed my top for the day of the week is going to be Tiferet. And now in Israel, I'm already here in Tuesday. And Tuesday of every week is Tiferet. So I wear my scarf. It's also green, and green for Tiferet. This is the rainbow system of the Sephirot colors, not the Zohar system. So I want to show you then the movements for Tiferet. Tiferet's the Cholam. The Cholam is the O sound, and you bring your hands up into I call it a ball, touching all my fingers together. It's a dot above the head. I bend my head forward, so I make a Vav between my bent head and my straight spine to my feet. And the dot's up here, so that's the form of the Cholam, the O sound. And then once I get here and go O, I open up, it's like a big heart. And the Cholam is, in terms of the body, is the chest, is the heart space. Balance and harmony and beauty. And one of the things I've learned by doing the movements is to get in touch with how Tiferet has to do with aligning myself with something bigger than myself, and also feeling contained in that. So Hashem containing me and trying to align my priorities with Hashem's priorities. And if you notice, in a way, it's close to Gevura, which is the one dot on top of the other, except here the bottom dot becomes a long, long line for the Vav. So there's a sense of humility and surrendering here. Oh, and also being held in Tiferet. So we're going to do a combination of the movements for Tiferet and Gevura for the day, the 10th day of the Omer Count. And what I do is I do 3 sets of the combination. One for the level of my soul is called Nefesh, the physical level, which basically is what enlivens me. Then the second is Ruach, which is my emotional level of soul, and then the Neshama, the intellectual level, and connected to the spiritual level. So let's proceed, and please join me. So feet shoulder width apart and parallel, knees slightly bent, palms start facing back. At the very beginning, we're going to do Tiferet first. So palms come forward, there's a little bend here, and then we move up as the hands move up to the head and go, oh. And then Gevura, eh. And down. That's the first combination. Dip and up, knees still slightly bent. Oh. Eh. It's for Ruach, and then the Neshama. Oh. Eh. And down. So the Gevura movement has the start and stop, the sound has within it the whole teaching about being able to stop at the right time, at the appropriate time, to have those boundaries. So you, with sound, you make that and stop it. Normally shva is at the end of a consonant, but it can be a start and a stop, shva nach. And that's what I do for this movement form. So I bless us all with a fixing in our way of interacting with each other and with Hashem and the world on the level of Tiferet Sheba Gevura on this 10th day. And that we learn how to have balance and a sense of the higher perspective on our boundary setting, on our ability to say no at the appropriate times. And you can extend out all the different meanings that has for you. Blessings for today, the 10th day of the counting of the Omer. Shalom.